one thing that I do like week in, week out for quite a long time is I do some form of finger training at the beginning of every session. I'm not a huge fan of the super maximal finger training, but even when I did do max hangs, I would always do them at the beginning of the session. So I'd like warm up, climb a few problems on the board until I felt fully ready, go do my max hangs, and then I would go back to the board, right? At least once a week. Nowadays, that looks more like an overcoming isometric, like finger curl, and I'm not using the rest of my body. It's like all my fingers. And I would say I do that before 3/4 of my sessions to within like 90% of my max. And I don't measure it. I don't use a Tindeck or anything. If I'm outside, I just put a sling around my foot to do it. And if I'm inside, I'll do it on like a loading pin or on a platform. But I'm always going within 90% before I get on the board, because I know that the forces I'm going to take on the board are like pretty major, right? So there's no reason to think that the finger training is like a riskier thing.
Right.
I just want to get that predictable stimulus in before I go to my climbing. So like that's a standby for me no matter where I am. And in Squamish, I'll at least do that on the days that I try that project for sure, but also probably on any other climbing days that I have as well.